Alright, hopefully we're ready for this. Because whatever the hell is happening right now on the battlefield, it's some pretty messed up stuff. Hello, sorry I'm late.
You missed quite a scrap, gentlemen, and an opportunity to slay a monarch. There was a struggle and the prince was wounded.
You've all seen the magical phenomenon covering the battlefield. For any who still have doubts, this is no mundane mist, nor a petty fairground illusion. Most likely, we're up against a blood curse.
Oh boy.
An old and powerful spell. We do not know who cast it or why. For now, I have one piece of good news and several pieces of bad news. The good news is that Henselt and his army have been halted for the time being.
And now all the bad news?
The mist will grow.
Oh.
It may even engulf Vergen.
Really?
Furthermore, wraiths may emerge from it.
Can they be made penitent? With an axe to the head?
In theory, yes. But I would suggest putting your faith in a silver weapon. Furthermore, the ghosts will weaken as they move away from the mist.
Is there any way to drive it off? Exorcise it?
A question for myself and Geralt of Rivia.
The Kingslayer?
Contrary to what old women at the wells say, he did not, in fact, slay any kings.
Course he didn't. Wouldn't hurt a fly, that one. Look at his eyes. You see he's the sensitive kind.
Sarcasm
Whatever you may
overload.
see in his eyes, few know more about lifting curses. Gentlemen, I do not require you to understand this phenomenon, but there are a few rules I insist you must follow.
Here we go.
No one is to approach the mist. It is mortally dangerous. In addition, we need to learn the story of the battle. For this, I especially count on the aid of Mr. Cecil Burden.
At your service, milady.
Thank you. To lift the curse, we require some objects symbolic of the war. Ones belonging to those who perished here 3 years past.
Pfft. More scrap iron from that massacre lying about than lice in Cecil's beard. I thought curses were best handled with...
Please leave the thinking to me, Mr. Zigrin, and I'd gladly hear less from you from now on. The objects must be magically active and strictly linked to the ghosts of the fallen. That is all.
Any suggestions?
Let me be clear. You're all to aid Phillipa and the Witcher. What are you grumbling about now, Yarpen?
It's something in my gullet.
Take a swig of wine. Now, to worldly matters. How many are we?
Saskia, you know well...
How many?
We dwarves are near 200, but don't judge us by our number.
1,000 peasants will come, though you'll get no precise count.
That is no match for
lords.
Henselt's army.
53 knights and another 200 armed men. Not enough.
Henselt leads 5,000, 5 to 1 against us. What think you of that?
We need
We
a
are
miracle.
few, they are many, but we have our walls, low though they be. If we had archers, who knows?
Oh, we might have just
A
that.
regiment of heavy arbalists from Lyria.
We have something better. Yorvith's elves. Scoia'tael.
Right on time, Yorvith. Right on time.
Gentlemen, I give you Yorvith.
What do you seek here, murderer?
100 of the North's best archers await your orders, Dragon Slayer.
You wished for archers, here they are. I take no pleasure in fraternizing with elves. But even a shit-coated stick can be a weapon. He burned down the villages of many in my horde.
The free peasantry is one thing, but a criminal with a price on his head in all the northern realms? This is too much.
Saskia, say the word and we'll depart.
Hear me out. Yorvith came to fight for me. I trust him, and I know that he'll stay the course. Just like each of you.
How could you know that? He's an elf. Treason runs in his veins.
He's been fighting humans for a century.
But for the first time in scores of years, his fight makes sense. The Scoia'tael know no peace. They've died for Nilfgaard, for the Valley of the Flowers, in vain. They've been betrayed and cheated. Now they have a new goal. The Pontar Valley could be the first state where no man would have to fear elven arrows when venturing beyond city walls. And elves and dwarves wouldn't live in ghettos or on reservations. First, however, we have a battle to win. You know who we're up against. It's a splendid army, brave and well led. They cannot be scared off or routed. They have to be killed. I want Yorveth to sit at the same table as we do. I want him to kill Cadweni for us. And I assure you that he'll do so with a smile, if only you let him.
If I'm to see a smile on that skinny face, I'm in. Yorveth stays.
Bloody hell. Father's turning in his grave, but a must's a must. I say aye. Nay.
You killed my men, Elf. Remember them?
If I hadn't killed them, they'd have killed me.
All right. For the sake of better times, and for Kedwin's doom, aye!
Down with the sons of bitches! Cheers!
So only Stennis says no? I mean, I can understand it, but at the same time, it's... we're in quite some trouble right now. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Poison! She's dying. Take her somewhere safe and guard her with your lives. I'll gather what I need and join you soon.
I'll place my best warriors on watch.
Quickly, lads! A litter!
Okay, we gotta figure out who's responsible for this. Either it's King Hansel, or we have a traitor in our midst.
Casting spells.
Saskia, is she alive?
In a manner of speaking.
Oh god,
I've slowed
thank
her
you.
life functions as far as possible. Her condition is stable.
Okay, but what was the poison?
Do you know the poison?
Thaumadour, commonly known as mage pain. It has a terrible reputation.
An antidote must exist.
Okay, can you heal her by any chance, maybe?
What can we do?
Treatment will require herbs, magic, and blood.
Blood?
Not ordinary blood, I presume.
Correct. We require royal blood.
Could use Letho right now.
Ha ha, Yorveth. Very funny. Although, to be fair, with Hansel being our enemy currently, maybe you are right.
Why do you need the blood?
The nearest king is on the other side of the Mist of Wraiths.
You misunderstood me. It need not be the blood of a ruling monarch. It is the genotype contained in royal blood that is required.
So...
Kings issue from ancient dynasties. Over the ages, to survive, rulers needed exceptional resistance and strength. As royal dynasties rarely admit common blood, the strength of their genes remains great.
Would
I shall employ
Stennis?
self-healing genetic therapy that will teach Saskia's body how to rid itself of the poison.
You'll have her drink human blood.
No, I shall inject it directly into her heart.
Okay, so royal blood. Would that mean Prince Stennis might be a viable person for that? I mean, otherwise we will have to go all the way and visit King Hansel and make him bleed, but... Okay, going after King Hansel is a little bit too far in the distance right now. What herbs do you need? What can we do right now?
What kind of herbs are we talking about?
I'll need a subterranean variety of purple foxglove, known to the dwarves as the Immortelle, and an elven rose of remembrance.
Oh, Triss has a rose. Okay, but we don't know where Triss is. Where do I look for the Immortelles?
Where will we find immortelles?
They grow deep beneath the earth, which should not be a problem as Vergen lies on top of a mine.
But the mines are
How
closed.
will they help Saskia?
Mage pain wreaks havoc in internal tissues. The Immortelle will help restore them.
Okay, and in the meantime, I know that Triss currently has a Rose of Remembrance, which means that we can't use it to restore our memory.
Triss had a Rose of Remembrance. She claimed the flowers are exceptional.
Long ago, the Enshe who succeeded in cultivating the roses enjoyed great respect,
Times have changed.
as have elves.
There are no elven gardens nearby. We must return to Flotsam.
Triss has a Rose of Remembrance from Flotsam. It's her we need to find.
Okay, what else do you need other than that?
What else do you need to heal Saskia?
Thaumadour is a self-perpetuating substance. Any incursion into a cluster of poisoned cells causes an immediate chain reaction. Each tainted cell that is removed is replaced by 10 new tainted cells.
Oh boy.
To interrupt this reaction, I'll need an ungodly amount of the power. A water or air genie, or one of the 20 legendary rings of power would be best.
One to bring them all and in the darkness bind them.
Right. And then I'll have to run barefooted to the top of a volcano.
All right, all right. Let's forget the rings. I need a vast quantity of the power, no matter the source. Find something.
An immortelle, a Rose of Remembrance, royal blood and magic sounds like a fairy tale.
A poor one at that. No prince's kiss to top things off.
I wish it were a fairy tale, especially a poor one, as a happy ending would then be inevitable. May I count on your help, Geralt?
Yeah, you can count on me.
What about the Battle of Wraiths?
I must first see if the spells keeping Saskia alive are in order. Then we'll consider how best to send the spectres to their rest. Actually, you could tend to that yourself. Ask the locals about the battle. Maybe you'll learn something.
In that case, I shall search for the poisoner.
Smart idea. We couldn't go a single hour
Only Phillipa Eilhart may enter.
without trouble. Of course, of course, of course. Alright, okay, that is a massive shopping list. It's a massive shopping list indeed. Subterranean life. To call Phillipa Eilhart a healer is like calling a drowner an advertiser of swimming. Nonetheless, Phillipa was a sorceress, a powerful one at that. Though healing was not her speciality, she could help the poisoned Saskia. To create a cure, she needed special ingredients, a dwarven immortelle among them. Geralt started the search with asking one of his dwarven friends staying in Vergen. Sultan, for he was said friend, tarried in the local inn. Yeah, I have a feeling I'll need to go into the mines, but the mines are currently closed. In order to go into the mines, I'll have to talk to Cecil, so I'll also have to find Cecil for that. Hunting magic. Now this one is a little bit more confusing for me. Having been poisoned during the council meeting, Saskia was dying, and nearly everyone who supported her cause now prayed for her health. Among her allies, however, were those who did not believe in gods, or at least in divine interference. Lady Eilhart, the kind of woman who rolled her sleeve up and started casting spells when things got tough, fit this description. So when Geralt learned that a magical artifact was one of the ingredients for the Dragon Slayer's cure, he reasoned that Phillipa would be the ideal consultant. Therefore, he decided to have a chat with her at her house. Okay, gotta have to find Philippa's house. Royal blood. It's a shame Phillipa didn't demand a crocodile's tear and a sorcerer's smile as ingredients for the antidote for Saskia. I believe the Witcher would have had an easier time obtaining either of those. As it was, he had to acquire some royal blood. Literally. There were only two potential donors in the area, Henselt and Stannis. Okay, so either of those two we'll have to get some blood from, but does that mean we'll have to kill them? Or is just a simple cut and a vial of blood enough? Where is Triss Marigold? Further reading will tell you that Geralt accomplished a lot in Edirne. He fought wars, killed monsters, obstructed kings and caused unhealthy arousal in sorceresses. You have to keep in mind, however, that his priority was finding Triss. Sorceresses, as all other women do, keep in packs. Thus, in his search, Geralt headed for Phillipa Eilhart's house. Unhealthy arousal, however, was out of the question in that case. Okay, so two things we have to go to Philippa's house for. Got it. And the eternal battle. Find the Dunbanner Standard and Vandergriff Sword. Then see Phillipa about the remaining artifacts. Wait, Dunbanner. Wasn't there someone... The adopted dwarf from Cecil, the younger one. was something about a banner of some sort, or might have to talk to him. He had more stuff beside the sword, that's what he said. Okay, in a world of wraiths, only those relics the ghosts had a connection to in life have any meaning. After conferring with Phillipa Eilhart, Geralt ascertained that he would need items symbolizing ideas linked to war. Specifically, objects representing hatred, courage, faith and death. The Witcher thus embarked on a search for the Dun Banner Standard, believed to be the symbol of death, and for a sword that had belonged to the infamous commander named Vandergrift, purported to symbolize hatred. The sorcerers promised to find a medallion symbolizing faith and a fragment of a suit of armor that had belonged to the brave Seltkirk. And a matter of life and death. As you already know, Saskia, known to those who loved her as the Virgin of Aedirn and to those close to King Hansel as that insolent wench, had been poisoned. There are numerous stories about how the Witcher cured the girl, but he climbed a glass mountain and placed a healing kiss on her carmine lips. Well, none of those are true. Several unusual ingredients were needed to prepare the antidote. That is, a rose of remembrance, a dragon's dream, an immortelle, and royal blood. The Witcher began his search for these ingredients. Oh, so much stuff. Bloody hell. The War Council. My, was that ever a debate. Those attending discussed how best to repel Henselt. There were as many positions and proposals as there were debaters and disputants. Luckily, the Witcher's task was simple. To lift the curse from the battlefield with Phillipa Eilhart's help, thus getting rid of the ghastly mist and allowing the armies to move against one another. The Witcher would have started right away, glad to leave the debaters spewing words and spittle, but a tragedy occurred. Saskia was poisoned. The dying girl was moved to her house, while Geralt, Yorvith and Cecil went to its door to await news. When only Phillipa emerged, the Witcher began questioning her about the Dragon Slayer's condition. And Saskia's condition was bad and still deteriorating. The Witcher not only had to find a way to lift the curse from the battlefield, but also get an antidote for the poison coursing through Saskia's veins as fast as possible. It is never ever easy. Okay, in the meantime we have a level up, which means a new talent. Yeah, let's take this time to I said 1 talent, excuse me, I mean 5 talents. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look at what's next for us. Alright, first things first, I am thinking I want to have this next level in Alchemist. More bomb damage, more trap damage, mostly for the bomb damage. That sounds just absolutely amazing, so for that one we shall go. Other than that, 4 talents remaining. I am seeing Sign Intensity +1, not too sure about, but over here, Venting. Quen transfers deflected damage to multiple targets. So number of targets damaged is 2. We deal 20% damage back to enemies when Quen activates, so against groups of enemies this could help with a decent bit of damage spread. So I want at least 1 level in Venting. After this it's to 3 targets. That's not too important. Meanwhile we got extra vigor, or unlock the Igni sign level 2, so I may incinerate foes, plus 3 meters range. Towards Eden, 2 traps at once, also interesting. But I like the idea of having at least a little bit more vigor. Just to give myself a little bit more wiggle room during fights, so I'm gonna go with 1 extra vigor, and the next one is plus 2 vigor, so that's only 1 extra in that case. Perfect, that means we have 4 vigor right now, and 2 talents remaining. I kinda want to increase the distance covered while dodging in battle by 100%, means getting out of danger faster. That goes to 200, so that is really skating across the battlefield if we take that, but maybe for later. In the meantime, I want to increase my sword damage and slowly work towards the rest of this tree. I mean, chance of an insta kill plus 2%, it's not much, but if that triggers on a strong enemy, totally fine by me. So let's go with a little bit of extra sword damage, and that should keep us going for the time being. So, first things first, I am thinking about going after Sultan first for the subterranean life. We'll have to go into the mines at some point. Sultan is inside the inn, but at the very same time, there are still parts of this area unexplored, including this area where we are right now. I need to find Cecil, and Idris over here, still where we didn't fully explore it. He's over here, or in the marketplace, or somewhere over here. I do not know, but I need to find him if we want to enter those mines, and I need him for some other stuff as well. So, first things first, let me take that. Do blade. What kind of armor piece is that? Armor and damage bonus on signs +5. That's pretty decent. And the dwarven axe, not so much. Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna take a look. Is something going on over here?
People of Vergen, we have a magical mist full of ghosts just outside our walls, so you'd better think twice before entering it. The mist, may the plague take it, threatens all manner of creatures. So anyone headed to the quarries or walking through the gullies should take exceptional heed. The squirrels that have made camp by the burnt huts are not our enemies, so says Saskia, and so it is. Master Geralt of Rivia and Sorceress Phillipa Isleheart will deal with the mist and the wraiths. And now, open the gates and get to work.
And that means I have access all... That is where the marketplace is. I thought... Where we... Okay, so I couldn't... I thought the gates that were closed were all the way over here, all the way in the beginning. I thought we could already enter this, but only now we can, which means more merchants available. Cecil, can you please wait one moment? Thank you. I need to play dice poker with you too, but let's ask some questions first. Battle preparations coming along all right?
How are things?
Everyone awaits the battle. Some pray, others drink. Zoltan and Yarpan are chasing peasants around the square. They need a bit of drilling. Yorveth's warriors are trying to be inconspicuous, and so they should. I'd feel better if they crawled up the devil's arse and disappeared. But Saskia thinks we don't stand a chance without them.
You don't stand a chance without them, trust me. I mean, you heard the numbers. It is at least 5 to 1. We'll have to be very good if we want to defeat that army. Okay, so since when have you ruled Vergen?
How long have you been alderman?
My predecessor was killed 3 years ago.
During the
I
war?
was one of his advisors. I knew my way round the circus. So, I volunteered to manage things. No one opposed me. Mostly I deal with trade and taxes, and I organize assorted matters. In the end, everyone listens to Saskia, exclusively. Me included.
She really is a good ruler. Quite promising indeed, but with this whole ordeal with the poisoning, I think a lot of people want her dead. But still. And are you collecting taxes?
This must be the first revolt ever to be taxed.
We can't feed ourselves nor fortify our walls with rebel slogans alone. But rest easy. Stennis and the nobles won't get a single oren from us. Though, of course, the prince is just waiting for the right moment to get his grubby hands on our finances.
I'm sure his motivations are pure, and he'll do it exclusively out of regard for his subjects.
I'll definitely keep him in mind, though. Anyway, I was supposed to talk to you about the whole ordeal with the mines, I think, but... For now, let's just play some dice poker, okay?
I'd like to play dice.
Shall we?
Yes, we shall. I have to beat him anyway. Yes, there's a time limit and stuff, but I need to beat him with dice. Oh, and of course I'm having some terrible luck by the looks of things. You start with a... Don't tell me you hexed your dice as well. Come on, I'm gonna pass. Bloody hell.
You might have beat the innkeeper, but you didn't stand a chance against me.
I call foul. I definitely call foul. Look, dice. I want to play dice.
I'd like...
Shut.
He's gonna go down. He's gonna go down. And it's gonna happen sooner rather than later. I mean, 3 of a kind. 3 5s. Looks good. You have got absolutely nothing. I am totally okay with that. Alright, let's increase this. Are you gonna resign? Yes, you do. I don't need to fully bet all my money in that case, because I'm scaring him off like that. But I'm taking this victory.
I'll have to raise taxes.
No.
Here are your winnings.
Aren't you gonna ask for a rematch?
You're too good. Try Haggard or Smith's apprentice.
Well, thank you. Now I feel bad for all the people in Vergen. Ah, bloody hell. Okay, Pokerface Vergen. The Elder had more luck in politics than at dice. He lost shamefully, so Geralt had but one opponent remaining, the blacksmith's apprentice. And we can take him down as well. Now, I'm looking for
I must talk to you, Witcher.
someone named Elias or something. I'm going to assume it's you right now. Oh, yes indeed.
What's going on?
I'm Elias, of Yorveth's commando. I have an urgent matter.
Tell me.
Men from Vergen have been disappearing for some time. We recently found some of their corpses, so it doesn't seem to be desertion.
Okay. What state were the corpses in?
I need to see the corpses.
They're all buried.
Where?
Beneath a mound in the forest behind Vergen, but you shouldn't go there.
Why not?
Desecrating graves is a serious offense. The families of the dead will be furious.
What state were the bodies in?
They looked gruesome. Nothing an elf would have done, nor a human.
Okay, what about dwarves? Why don't you mention dwarves? Anyway, where did you find the bodies?
Where did you find the bodies?
In different places, mainly in the burned village near the ravine that leads to the town.
So that's where you guys are stationed. Okay, and the victims are all male?
Only men among the victims?
Young men, humans and elves.
Okay, interesting. So whatever is targeting these people, only males. That's an interesting detail. Anyway, is there any reward involved?
I don't work for free.
You'll get your reward. Do well, and I may give you something more than coin.
Okay.
We're losing good men.
Yeah, I can understand that. I'll do it.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, go to the burnt village or examine the corpse in the catacombs beyond Vergen. Cool. Also, didn't I remove these last time? Coiffeurs in Vergen. All humans and elves, as well as dwarves concerned for the state of their beards, are hereby advised that a coiffeuse esteemed around the world has arrived in Vergen. Felicia Corey, for that is name of the lovely lass, is a true magician with her shears, to which I can attest personally. I encourage all townsfolk to partake in her services, as it will not do for visitors to claim that crows make their nests in dwarven beards, and Vergen is a backwater immune to all manner of novelties and fashions. Mademoiselle Corey provides service on Rudurian Square, very near the cauldron. She is quick, clean and efficient, and her prices are more than reasonable. Sure, sounds good. Felicia Corgi. Alright, well, in any case, so we have to go back to the blacksmith for the final dice. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna get that out of the way so we don't have to worry about dice poker anymore. It's not about getting worried, it's more about not getting distracted any further.
The first day the big guy will not get distracted by side quests and activities will be worthy of a celebration, for you've got to admit, there is something highly addicting to side quests and playing games.